Hi guys, it's Jamila. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm doing a little end of the year TBR video. It's so funny because when I thought of this video, because I was gonna do October TBR and then I scratched it, but when I thought of this video I was like, oh, I'll do an end of the year TBR and everything, like it was a unique idea. And then I was watching YouTube and they just kept popping up and I was like, okay, maybe I've seen it before. I'm gonna share with you guys all the books that I'm trying to read before January 1st, 2021. Is it just me or has this year just like flown by? I don't know. A lot has happened. COVID, pregnancy, having a baby. I moved into a house. My library is different. You guys probably know what's that. You know, I'm talking way too much. But I don't know if you guys will see the video about all of this before this one. It might come after just because I do want to go ahead and get this TBR up for you guys. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the books that I want to read. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to start with books that I am currently reading in October that I want to finish this month. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we're shooting for greatness. But really truly, I have not read that many books this year. I don't even want to say the number because I'm a little bit ashamed, but I am trying to change the way I'm reading, which I'll talk about in another video. But yeah, let me show you those books. Okay, so this month of October, these are probably a lot of books that have already been on my TBR, but first I have Orange by Ichigo Takano, and this I am in the middle of right now. It is so freaking good. I'm loving every minute of it. It's cute, it's wholesome, it's sad as heck, and it's just a great time. This is about a group of friends, mainly. The main girl in this story, she gets a letter from her future self telling her how she can save one of her friends from dying and giving her tips and guidance about what's gonna happen and how she needs to do it, like how to right all of her regrets. And I just think that I just love it. This is one of the books that I'm reading and loving in October. And then I haven't exactly picked this one up, but it's God's Grave by J. Kristoff. That's all I'm gonna say because J. Kristoff. But anyways, I haven't exactly picked this one back up, but I do want to pick it back up and go ahead and finish it because I'm just honestly at this point tired of the fact that I haven't finished it. Like, it's irking me, and I haven't officially DNF'd it, and I don't really have a reason to DNF it. I'm just getting through this super slowly. Another book that was on my TBR that I finally finished is A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. I'll be talking about this in a recent reads later on, but I did finish this, so I just wanted to mention it because it was on my TBR. Okay, and then the next book we have here is Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which I am currently reading and currently enjoying. I love this book so much so far, and I think if it ends well, everything wraps up nicely, this is going to be a 5-star read, which I'm super excited about. Then I have Satoko and Nada volume 2. I've read the first one already, and this is one that I want to finish reading by the end of October, and I'm super excited about it because I literally just love this so much. It's very cute, it's just a good time, and it's super short, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go ahead and read it, because I like that feeling of finally finishing a book. And it's a little hard to read big books when you have a little one, so yeah, there's this one. Then we have Frankly in Love by David Yoon, and this book is going okay. Like, I haven't picked it up in a while, but I am trying to pick it up and finish it. I'm this much through it, and I just want to go ahead and finish it. I do not think this is going to be a favorite for me personally. It's okay. Not great, it's not a favorite. I enjoy it pretty decently, that's why I'm continuing it. Also, I have a problem with DNFing books, especially if I bought them. Yeah. And then we have The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I am about this much through this one, and I actually am enjoying it a little more than I thought I would, so that's great. I have decided my nose is itching. I haven't decided at this time that I'm going to reread books 1 through 3 of the Throne of Glass books. I don't know if this counts as one, but I think this is just a prequel. But Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Heir of Fire, I'm going to reread all 3 of those and then finally finish the series. We'll see how that goes. It's just, honestly, with this series, I'm just taking my time. So far, Heir of Fire is my favorite one. Like, I'm enjoying it, so there's that. Okay, and then for October, I'm also reading The Sound of Stars by Alicia Dow. I am over halfway done with this book. I'm about this far in, and I am loving this book. I think this is going to be my first 5-star read of the year, and I'm so excited. And I really hope this lives up to my expectations at the end of the book, but so far I've just loved it. I love it. Like, the characters, the story, the end of the world vibes, alien invasion. I love it, and this cover is gorgeous, and I really want to thank the person who got me this book once again. Thank you so much, Eris. I am absolutely enjoying it so freaking much. Like, literally, it's so good. So thank you so much for getting it for me. I really appreciate it. And that wraps up my books that I'm trying to read in October. Now let's move on. So I have here All American Muslim Girl by Nadine Jolie Courtney. I do really want to read this one because I'm in the mood to read a story about a Muslim, but the problem I have a lot of the time with Muslim books is that the representation is watered down, in my personal opinion. I mean, it's okay that there are Muslims like that who don't really practice, who don't really like care about making their prayers, all that stuff, but it's just like when every single story is like that, and then there's always some white boy or something like that that the main character is falling for, or it's just like, can we get something more real to life? Because honestly, I don't feel like that's the majority of Muslims, in my opinion. I could be wrong. If you're one of those people who that is exactly your vibe, I'm sorry, I don't mean any harm, but I'm just really tired of, in Muslim fiction books, the characters not being true to themselves, true to their religion, proud of their religion, watering down their faith and what they do day to day as Muslims to please people who are not Muslim. It's just very annoying to me, and it's really played out. So yeah, if you have any recommendations for Muslim fiction that is not like that, please let me know, because I loved Love from A to Z so much because of the fact that it wasn't watering down everything, and also it was 2 Muslims falling in love. Like, you rarely see that. You know, I just want to see something like a little bit truer to my own experience in my own life. But anyways, I'm blabbering. I want to read this book. I'm pretty excited for it just because I know other Muslims who have read it and said it was good. So I really hope that I can enjoy this book, and I'm not putting too much hype towards it, but I'm excited for this one. Then we have War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi, and this one I actually have the arc for the second book that is coming out, so I'd really like to read this one. I'd like to read this one and then move on to the arc copy of the second book. I'm really excited for this one. It's sci-fi, it's allegedly badass, like, so I'm ready to dive into something like this, you know. The next book I have here is A Dream So Dark by L.L. McKinney. I read A Blade So Black this year, and that's the first book, and I did enjoy it. It's so funny because I had DNF'd it before because I couldn't get into it, but the audiobook I think is what made all the difference for me. So hopefully I can find the audiobook for this one. It has the same narrator because I did enjoy the narrator for the first book. I think this book is going to be good. I hope it is. I think I gave the other one 4 stars, even though after stepping away it might be more a 3.5. I'm not sure, but that's still enjoyable for me, and it was enough for me to pick up the second book in the series. So the next book I'm trying to read and I'm pretty excited for, and was also a gift, is, why do I do my wrist like that? You know. Anyways, the next book is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. I am pretty excited for this. It has time travel and magic, and yeah, you want to excite me, throw those things in my face. But I think this is going to be really good, and I'm super excited for it. I hope it's not too slow, because I was just watching Amanda from A Reader in Time's channel, and she was talking about this book, and she was saying that it's really slow in the beginning and then it kind of picks up towards the end and becomes more enjoyable. So hopefully knowing that going into it will make it more enjoyable for me. And yeah, the next book I have here is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dao. I think I'm saying that correctly. And I am hyped for this. This is a reimagining of the Evil Queen legend from Snow White, but it's set, I think, or based on China, and I'm just like, Chinese evil queen from Snow White, we love to see it. A villain story, we love to see it. I really have high expectations for it. I'm really thinking it's going to be a 5-star just based on the synopsis. Hopefully the writing and the pacing can make this a 5-star for me, because that will ruin a story for me if the pacing and the writing are off, and just like the plot. You can have a good story idea, but it needs to follow through. So hopefully this one does for me. Then I have Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha again, and this one was also a gift, and I'm really trying to get to all or most of my gifted books, because normally what I do, and what I have not been doing this year because I've barely been reading, is I will read the books that people give me first. Like, I'll prioritize them, so I really need to get it together. But this is a book that I've been super excited for, been wanting to read, and I'm ready. Now is the time. Then we have a book that's been on my TBR for like ever, like since I started this channel last year. Ooh, it's really sad. That book is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I've been wanting to read this book forever. I spray painted the edges and everything in anticipation to read this book, and I still have not yet, which is driving me up a wall right now, and I'm just over it. Okay, it is time. The time is now to read this, and I really do hope I like it, because I do usually enjoy Marissa Meyer's writing. I'm ready to dive into this one with the superhero themes. Like, the superheroes, come on now, you don't need to say anymore. I love superheroes. X-Men is my jam. Well, are they superheroes? Not really, you know, Marvel and all that. DC sometimes. Superman, you know. Okay, this is getting weird. The next book that I want to read is Binti, the trilogy. Yeah, this is the complete trilogy, so it's all 3 books in one bind up, which is great. So if I don't read all 3 of them, I'd at least like to get through 1 book, and then I'll continue on into the new year. That counts enough for me. This is one that I really want to get to, and the funny thing is, I'm really hyped for this one, but I just realized when I was looking in my mind that I don't really know exactly what this is about. I know it has like sci-fi elements. I can't remember for the life of me what this is about, but it's sci-fi, and I think it's gonna be fabulous. Also, like, all these Black authors on my list, much love to y'all. May your lives flourish and your bank accounts overflow. Whew. Okay, so I still have a ton of books, and I'm just like, girl, who gonna read all these? I hope I'm ready for this, because I kind of feel like I'm playing myself. It's what I do. I constantly play myself, like on a regular basis, like in my real life, consistently. We should move on. The next book I have is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I've been wanting to read one of her books. It didn't matter which one. I just wanted to read one of them and see what the hype is about. So this is the one I chose that I'm going to go into, and I actually think this one is published before the other one, so great. We're doing publication order. That's amazing. I'm excited to get into this one, and that's the tea on that. The next book I have here is Bird Box by Josh Mallorman, which sounds like a white man. It is white man. I've been wanting to read this since I watched the movie on Netflix. I don't know, the whole concept intrigued me, and I'm just like, if there's a book, well, the book gave me more than the movie gave me. I really enjoyed the movie. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people I know, they did not like it, but I really loved it. So hopefully I'll love this book and it can become a favorite. The next book I have, which I'm super hyped about because I really love the first book, is Whispers of Shadow and Flame by El Penelope. I read the first book in this series, A Song of Blood and Stone. No, it's not a song. Song of Blood and Stone. And I'm super duper excited to jump into this one right here, because the first one was just so interesting. And not only that, these books are adult. That makes my soul happy, because I've really been trying to get into more adult books. I just need some real adult themes. Like, I don't want to say I'm growing out of YA. I'm 24. I'm not really growing out of it, but I'm expanding. I'm expanding my reading. What is the word? I don't know. I'm reading more adult books, okay? That's it. That's the tea. I don't have a good summary of the premise of these, but I recommend you Google it right now. Or maybe I'll link something. I don't know. Don't trust me. Just Google it. Don't listen to me. I don't follow through with anything. I'm a failure. Anyways, the next book I have is Akata Witch by Nnedi Okorafor. I think this, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is a middle grade. But this is about a girl who lives in Nigeria and she's from New York, and she is albino and she's like magical. She has like magical powers and there's magic, and I think she's possibly in a magical school. I think there's magical students, something in that nature going on. So this book. Then we have a book that I was supposed to read like literally a year ago, but we're not here to shame me in this video, even though I do deserve a good bashing. But anyways, I have Vicious by V Schwab. I own 5 of this woman's books. I haven't read one. Tragic? Yes. Were they on sale? Yes. Is that why I bought them? Yes. And because of the hype. I fall for these things. I really admire people who don't fall for the hype. I need to read it because it has all the things that I feel like I would like and I love, and we have superpowers and villains and like friends to enemies type of vibes and all those things. So yeah, that needs to happen. Then we have a book that was recommended to me by my sister, and that is Given by Nandi Taylor, which is published by Wattpad Books, which I'm like shooketh because I haven't been on Wattpad in a long time. I actually wrote a book on Wattpad and it's been shockingly read over 1 million times. So or it has like 1 million reads, and like literally I feel so bad that it has so many reads because I've done nothing for the people. I wrote that book and then I left, and I tried to come back and then I couldn't, and then I'm sorry, Wattpad. I love you guys. Anyways, off topic. This is a book about a girl. All I know is there's like a man who's a dragon man, a man who turns into a dragon, and he like chooses her, I don't know, as a mate. There's magic, there's dragons, hot dragons. Never heard of a hot dragon except in the sense of breathing fire, but my sister recommended it to me, so how could I not read it? You know, I need to bring her onto this channel so y'all can meet her because she's a dope person. All right, and next book I have is The Night Circus, which I'm super hyped about. What am I expecting from this? I'm expecting magic, lyrical writing, maybe something to really bring in the winter vibes for some reason. Like this, am I the only one who, this gives me winter vibes? Probably gonna read this in December at some point, or maybe now. You never know, because I'm literally reading like 7 books right now simultaneously. Who knows when I'll actually finish one book? I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. I'm enjoying reading, but I'm really excited for this, and this was gifted to me, so I really want to get to it. All I know about this is it's about a night circus, and there's magic at night, I think. And the last book that is on my end of the year TBR is A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir. I want to go ahead and read this one since I finally finished A Torch Against the Night. I really would love to go ahead and finish the trilogy. Oh wait, it's not a trilogy, there's another book. Oh, that's what I mean. I want to finish the first 3 books that are out so that when the next book comes out I can just whoop, dive right in, you know. So yeah, and I ended up enjoying the second book way more than I thought I would, because when I started it I wasn't into it. Something about it, maybe it was the time I was reading it, I wasn't really into it, so I put it down, and when I came back to it and I really enjoyed it. So yes, I am excited to finish this. It's gonna be great. Life's gonna be good. I'm so hyped for it, and this is just a beautiful, like, all these covers are super pretty to me. I love it, but that whole plot twist in the second book took me out the game. It took me out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so you guys, that is all the books that I want to get to before 2021. Now with a newborn baby, the reality is at max I'm probably gonna get to half of these, but y'all know how to overshoot. There are some books that are higher priority that I want to get to, but you know, I'm just trying to make reading more fun. I'm not really holding myself too hard and too accountable for not reading these books. I just wanted to give myself like some books to focus on to read, but enough books to kind of just pick anything that I'm feeling at the moment. So as you guys can see, I range from sci-fi to contemporary to fantasy, all the things pretty much. Like, we have it all here because I'm indecisive and I'm a mood reader. So I'm navigating within my mood reading capacity by giving myself lots of options from a select amount of books. That's my theory anyway. I don't know if it's gonna work, but that's the tea on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.